All right, y'all. This is my top five boxing jabs all time. Okay, so at number five, I got Lennox Lewis, man. Now, before I get into why I got Lennox up, and let me just be quick and tell you what a great jab is to me. It's not just throwing the jab, right? It's the frequency of the jab. It's the consistency of it. It's your ability to change levels, to steer guys, to throw away punches, to use it as a combination setter, to be defensive with it, to know how to get a guy off you with it, but also know how to bring a guy to you with it. You know, these are all the things that make a great jab. And again, using it consistently. So a lot of guys not on this list because they didn't use it as often. A lot of them use it, but they didn't use it like these guys used it. So now, Lennox, you're looking at one of the greatest heavyweights we ever had. First guy, well, not the first guy, but the last guy to really be an undisputed champion. Lennox Lewis, to me, had one of the best left hands in the heavyweight division ever. Now, why I think so is because of the frequency of it. And also, to be a big guy, Lennox changed levels a lot, and he kept that jab at the end of the jab a lot of times. So if you look when Lennox fought, it was rare when his jab was smothered. So that lets you know that he was great at distance and range, which was why it wasn't always easy to hit him, and why when he did get clocked, he had his head past his knee, and he was getting out in front of himself trying to do shit like that. But for the most part, when Lennox stayed disciplined to his style, what Emmanuel Stewart had taught him, Lennox was like damn near unbeatable up there at the heavyweight division because he was really, really big. That's the thing, you know. Lennox was a big dude, and he was very heavy-handed. He just wasn't as like ferocious as a Tyson or a Riddick Bowe, but Lennox was a dog, and he showed a lot of guys that when they got in the ring with him. He definitely wasn't as soft as they thought. So, shouts to Lennox. That's my number five. Now, number four, you see my boy Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. Now, this guy is a southpaw, former three-division world champion, obviously, and definitely a top five defensive fighter all time, in my opinion. Now, why I got Pernell on this list? To me, Pernell Whitaker had the greatest jab really down there at the small divisions. Why I say that? Because Sweet Pea used his jab to set up everything. He used it in all those great ways. I told you need to use a jab, but also what separated Sweet Pea was knowing that his left hand is the punch that lands best against orthodox. Sweet Pea had an ability, him and Roy Jones Jr. too, you guys can check this out. These dudes would slip that slip that lead foot inside the guy's foot and be able to work crazy. Like I never seen a guy be able to consistently land jabs right down the middle like he's doing right there with his foot on the inside, you know. So not only could he get that foot outside and jab you crazy and work his combinations, but he could also fool you and let you get outside and think that that's what you know, and let you think you winning, and then start blitzing you with jabs. So Sweet Pea to me was definitely just an elite high-level guy. You know, I would put him up there with any of the greats in all-around skills. But as far as jabs, to me, I believe personally that he had the number 4 jab all time, any weight class. That's how great I believe Pernell Whitaker's jab to be, as you're seeing him there. You know, and again, using it from, and look at him, see, any direction. That's what I'm saying. He moving to his left there. You know, and that's not what a southpaw is really trained to do, but you see him getting it off. Right there, his foot was inside, then he got it outside. Oh, that's just crazy. You know, Pernell's on another level, man. Look at the multiple moving jabs. Really, really good. So, number 3, none other than Muhammad Ali. Now here, his name speaks for itself. Former 2-time world heavyweight champion. Also the first heavyweight to win that title back. So that lets you know the dog in him. But we all know Muhammad Ali had that dog in him. Now why I got him on my list? I got him on my list because I felt like as Cassius Clay, he probably had the fastest jab of all time. And then second, I got him on my list because I felt that he used that jab in all the ways that I told you that I thought a jab needed to be used. And also, Muhammad Ali, I thought, did a great job of having a moving jab. Now, oh look, he's doing it right there. Great job. So you see Muhammad, what he was really good at was circling left and getting multiple jabs off. And why is that great? So when you're circling left, look at the guy, you see him following him around, and that jab stay busy right in his eye. He don't really know what's going on, and at any point, you can slip that right hand down if you throw it with speed and not thinking so much power, and just like that, 9 times out of 10 you're going to land it. So I thought Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali both probably did the best as far as the heavyweights, just moving left and really having a great moving jab. So yeah, and to me, Muhammad Ali was definitely top five doing that. Actually, I got him, like you can see, I got him top three. And believe it or not, even though he wasn't muscular, Muhammad Ali was a very strong man. He had a very heavy jab when he wanted to. So even though he could flick that jab on you like that and give you a lot of speed jabs on the move, from what I read and what I have seen, Muhammad Ali had a very heavy, flat jab that he could throw to. Just like a thudding jab that he could really bust your nose wide open. And the deception of it would really throw you off because he can go really heavy with the jab and then he can come back really quick, And then he also knew how to use the jab in all the ways that I told you before, blending it in with that movement. And that's what made him so tough back when he was moving a lot. He was just really hard to beat, man. So here, number two is actually Muhammad Ali's idol. You're looking at Sugar Ray Robinson, 3-division world champion, definite Hall of Fame, and considered by most to be, pound for pound, the greatest fighter that ever lived. I got Floyd Mayweather being that, but yeah, Ray Robinson is definitely number two on my list. Now, why is he number two on my jab list? I thought Ray carried his jab with him in multiple weight classes. He kept the speed, he kept the power, he kept the accuracy. He used it in all the directions, well, not directions, but in all the ways that I told you. But also what Ray was great at was he could throw and change his jab into other punches off the jab. Yeah, so Ray could give you 6 punches, right? He can give you 3 straight jabs and then turn it into 3 straight hooks, man. Yeah, never seen anything like it in my life. And that's the thing, he was doing it way back then, because this footage we looking at too, by the way, he's older here. They didn't have footage of him when he was really in his prime, because Ray was not as good at 160 as he was down there at 47. That's the thing people don't realize. Like, Ray Robinson was the greatest welterweight of all time. Like, that guy really, I can't tell you how good he was, man. Just from reading and seeing the footage, unprecedented. But anyway, he on my list for those reasons. And plus, I felt like Ray was one of the few guys in history. Another guy that could do it was Roy Jones, but Ray would turn that jab, like I said, into all kind of punches, and hit you 6-7 times in a row with the same. There, he tried it right there, with the same hand, So this is something that you guys got to work on. You can definitely get to that level. Look at that step back right hand, boom, and it came off a quick jab. So anyway, number one, none other than Larry, the Eastern Assassin Holmes, former world heavyweight champion, crazy amount of title defenses, definitely almost broke Rocky Marciano's streak. Now here's a key sequence. I'm glad they showed this. So you saw my boy Larry get rocked there. Now watch how he recovers. Now most guys, look at him using his jab, right? So he gets rocked, boom. So you see a lot of guys will shell up. Now watch Larry come right back with the right hand and then try to punch, get a little space, and now it's what? Jab. Right? Again, jab. Look at Larry. Recovering off the jab, then got a second win, now he on the move. Now Larry is one of the only guys in the history, maybe the only guy, who would use his jab to recover. So not only could Larry do all those other things I told you a lot of them other fighters could do, but Larry had the best defensive jab of all time. He could jab going forward, backwards, sideways, you name it. And that backwards jab he had was probably the best jab that he could throw because it was still heavy. He stayed consistent with it and he threw it. So even when them guys running in trying to press him, you're going to run into that jab 9 times out of 10. And because he's throwing more than one, you're going to have to keep moving your head. And remind you, he's good at distance and range, so you're just not going to just get the shot off. And he a dog, as we saw earlier, so even if you do get the shot off, you're still going to run into more jabs. Man, Larry was something. Now, one of the reasons I got him number one, I feel Larry had the best circling right jab of all time. A lot of guys can circle left, but they can't circle right and jab. And Larry perfected it. He could move in any direction, like I told you, and snap that jab off. So yeah, I got Larry number one all time. So that's my opinion, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Definitely let me know what y'all top 5 is. I would love to hear it. I'm sure it ain't like mine. So yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Peace.